Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. We are going to go straight into why you're seeing this message, why this message has come up for you in your timeline. And oh my goodness, I've just seen a white feather. So this is definitely blessed by the powers that be, the angels, ancestors, and guides. And that was around the Hanged One and Seven of Swords. So the reason I wanted to come online, I've already blessed and shuffled and brought out a lot of cards. And this is actually a reel that I did on Instagram. So if you're not following me on there, head over to my main page and you can find the link. But basically, we've got the Ten of Pentacles. Now, it was really funny because I was actually listening to a Divine Masculine reading where they were addressing how they truly feel, right? And that's kind of where this reading has come about from, because the person had actually pulled out a Three of Swords. And as obviously I was listening away, the Three of Swords came out. And this person doesn't often talk about the cards, but I will on this one because yes, it's an oracle channeled message, but I also feel that there is a lot of Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups energies that are arising for the Divine Masculine. And it is genuinely a reminder for them about the connection that they have truly always wanted. You know how we do it to ourselves, where we're not truly honest with ourselves about what we really want. And when we come close to what we want, we disregard it and we chalk it up to fantasy or delusion, or sometimes, it's too good to be true type of energy. Now, that is the energy that the divine masculines are currently experiencing, that they can't run or hide from this connection anymore because it's pretty much coming up in their dreams, in the dark, in 3 a.m. wake up calls. And they can be super, super busy. They can be a busybody. They're always constantly doing things to distract themselves from thinking about these things in the conscious realm. But when it comes to the veil being thin in the small hours of the morning and late at night, they cannot help but think about you, wonder about what you're doing and how you're experiencing this too. That's the type of energy I'm getting. Is are they actually feeling what I'm feeling too? Am I just imagining this? Is this all in my head? And if any of you are divine feminines and resonating with this type of energy and emotion, and you're thinking, wait a second, I already know this is my person. Why is this trigger? Why is this thought process coming up again? It's because it's coming from the divine masculine. You're so energetically tethered to one another as twin flames. And, whether you regard yourself as twin flames, label yourselves as divine counterparts, whatever it is, you already know that this is your person. But these energetic waves are coming in, the frequency is coming in. It's because it's almost like you're experiencing it again on behalf of the divine masculine. Now it's 11:22 as I say this. So it's a progression and it's a mirroring of both of your ascensions. And don't get me wrong, as you were ascending divine feminines, your divine masculines are probably thinking this too, but they never entertained this to this degree. Now, the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Swords have quite profoundly shaken the divine masculine into thinking what they truly want in the material world, because the things that they have accomplished are so superficial and do not satisfy them anymore. They are pretty much bored and over the lower, superficial, surface level conversations, connections. Like they do want to have something deeper. And I feel like when you as a divine feminine probably had a conversation about them when it began to get deeper, they just dismissed it, or it's like it wasn't the right time, or it's too late, or it's, you couldn't really delve deeper into this conversation. Not that you didn't already have divine deep conversations, but it's just that the divine masculines were very expert in pushing that way. Now, you could be identifying as a divine feminine, and you probably felt this tether of doing the same thing as well. You probably felt, oh, I ran away of these. I wasn't honest with myself when it came to my feelings. Like you trigger each other in terms of your healing. But the Six of Cups is the reminder, like the divine masculines are being reminded of past lifetimes within their dream state. Now, whether they remember their dreams or not, that is another message. But I'm seeing that they have fought for this connection in every lifetime, and they have beginning to understand that, wait, did we choose to come here in this lifetime to remember? And the Three of Pentacles is it's rebuilding that foundation of a remembrance. What did we come here to do? What did I come here to do? And they're really genuinely questioning their purpose in this realm. So it's a big, big change that's happening for the divine masculine. And remember, these messages are timeless. So whenever you're listening to this, it's going to be profound. But I'm actually recording this on the 8, around the 8-8 portal. Remember, the energies around the 8-8 portal happen a few days before and after it. So, there are going to be channeled messages that are divinely guided at a very specific time, and they will only reach you when you are able to resonate with these things. So if you do, please do click the like button and subscribe. But what I'm also seeing is the Eight of Swords had come out post Three of Pentacles and before the King of Cups. There is this over analysis, over processing um, thoughts that are running through the divine masculine's mind. And the only way that they can distract them in the conscious realm is by being busy, by entertaining certain substances or connections, but nothing really truly fulfills them. And they know that. They know that. I'm being reminded that when you laid on top of their chest and you were feeling their heartbeat, that's what I'm getting. Like their heartbeat was kind of like excited, but slowing down. And like you were just still. Like that's the type of energy that I'm getting is no matter what racing thoughts the divine masculine has been having or that they had been going through when you were first kind of like every time you come together, it feels like the first time. That's what I'm hearing. And then I'm also seeing a lot of emotions being transmuted and being understood. Like the emotions are a good thing, the feelings are a good thing for the divine masculines to say that I don't need to chase these feelings or emotions. I get to process them, absorb them, be with them. It's similar to being in a shadow type energy. Like you don't need to eradicate all your shadows. They are a part of you, and sitting with your shadows and listening to what is showing up for you, embracing those aspects of yourself is a part of divine healing. Because then we have the death card, and I'm also seeing a red. Pardon me, I said red, but I meant white rose. But it's also like a white or a red flower. I'm getting lots of white, red, green energy right now. It could be to do with the I'm hearing the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the soul star chakra, the higher heart chakra, and the heart chakra. Yeah. And so we have the Nine of Swords in the inverse. Now, I only yesterday did I see the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Emperor, the Nine of Swords. I think there were another two cards, but that was basically the expression that the divine masculines are truly doing the work of healing to understand what they truly desire. And they never thought that they were good enough for this type of connection. They saw you and they were in awe of you, divine feminines. And so they never really understood how a person like you would ever be wanting them, a person like them. And they didn't really see what you saw in them because they couldn't really see that in themselves. And this Nine of Swords is in the inverse to say that the battle of their shadows, of their fears, of their wounds have been in the process of alchemical healing. And this is actually becoming, raising their conscious to the abundance, the authenticity of who they are and what they truly want. And that's obviously validated with the Ace of Swords. And just after that, we have the Ten of Cups. So, we've gone from the Ten of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Six of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Death card, the Nine of Swords in the inverse, to the truth being revealed by the Ace of Swords. This is them being honest with themselves about who they truly want to be with and why is this connection kept coming up? Why that there is this bell that is ringing. And if you're hearing any ringing in your ears, this is a total confirmation that you are telepathically receiving these messages. And obviously, if you're clicking on this message and you're here still, it means that you're resonating with these messages and you're able to receive them at the right moment in the right process. So they are being advised that, your 10 of Pentacles, your 10 of Cups wasn't ever supposed to be dismissed. You were always supposed to claim what was always rightfully yours. And that has actually caused a pause in the connection. And this pause may have gone from a couple of weeks to a couple of months to even a couple of years. For some of you, I'm seeing like almost a year that you have maybe perhaps like seen each other's stories, or but you haven't really talked to one another, you haven't really messaged one another. Like it's been, I'm hearing like at least a year, so for some 2 3 4 even more. But you're kind of asking yourself, for those of you who are listening in, why does this connection keep coming back to me? What am I learning from this? And in that process, you're deepening the inner peace and the harmony within yourselves. You're reaching to the depths of spirituality within yourself. And that in turn, because when you're finding the God within you, the divine masculine is also finding the God within them, and that's where you find each other. But the Seven of Swords is a reminder to say that these distractions, these triggers, these initiatives will come about for it to be tested in your level of commitment to yourself, not the commitment to the connection per se, but it's a connection to yourself. The Nine of Pentacles comes about because everything comes about at the right time for you when you are deciding that you want peace and tranquility and unconditional love for yourself. Those energetic frequencies will match you, will be received by you because you are open and willing enough to radiate that yourself, right? It's almost as if when you need nothing, more comes. And that's the type of energy that I'm getting because that's actually emphasized with the Queen of Pentacles here. I feel like whoever's listening to this, whenever you think these things, your manifestations are blessings. You are a very lucky person. You have luck on your side, but you are also reminding yourself that I am lucky, I am blessed, I'm attracting all these beautiful things. And that's how the divine masculines are trying to shift their perspective. But we also have the Two of Swords in the inverse, but usually the Two of Swords is a yes and a no card. It's a path between two. But in the inverse, we see the Two Swords as a sign of victory. It's a yes card. So because the Two of Swords is in the inverse in this particular reading, I'm seeing that the divine masculines are asking, what significance is this person to me? Why does this person, come up in my dream state? Why am I always attracted to this energy? What is it about this person? And the divine masculines are receiving the yes. Simple, they they're basically being given, yes, she is the one. Yes, they are the one. However you identify with these energies right now, the Knight of Swords is saying that you were very volatile. You were very, I'm hearing a lot of aggression had been attempted to be transmuted for the divine masculines because they had all these options. They felt as if there were countless options in their life and they didn't want to miss out. But the Knight of Cups is here. That's what you truly wanted. You've always wanted, this deeper soulful connection that your soul has been crying out for this commitment. And we've got the Four of Wands here. So, the Knight of Cups followed by the Four of Wands is just going to show that there is true harmony in your heart. There is this 1111 energy of your wishes have always been cemented in your brain, in your heart, in your vibration, but you just needed to match with that frequency. And when you do, we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. This is a cast into the future of the vision that you have within your heart. And the Star card, the Nine of Wands, just goes to show that your wishes will be fulfilled because you've persevered with yourself, with the healing within, and that is going to manifest and that obviously is claimed by the magician card here, that is going to manifest in this lifetime because you're choosing to shift your reality, you're choosing to shift your perspective. And this is actually coming in vibrationally because it always comes in vibrationally and then the frequency is matched by the physical. So if any of you resonated with this, please let me know. I love hearing from you and reading your comments. And thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you guys so much love. Bye for now.